Hey everyone, welcome back. And again, before we get started, I wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone who joined us for Hot Messy Topics today on the main channel. Yes, it gets a little bit emotional, but also I always claim I'm not lying about this and I'm not denying it. I'm a Cancer, so I tend to get emotional. But we're not back to talk about me. No, we're back to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey because we already talked a little bit about the shift in dynamics, but now we know the next group event and we also can see a clear shift. We're going to break this down in a couple Deux Moi things as well. Before we jump in, you know what to do. Smash the like button, show some love, and let's get right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, you guys. So you remember at first we thought that the dynamics were on the Real Housewives of New Jersey for season 14. We were like, okay, this is obviously going to be Teresa Giudice, Jennifer Aydin, Dolores Catania, and Danielle Cabral. And then Margaret Josephs, Rachel Fuda, Melissa Gorga, and Jen Fessler. And then, of course, Jackie Goldschneider somewhere in between, right? Well, it looks like things have been changing because Melissa and Danielle are now extremely close. Let me give you some backstory real quick. Danielle Cabral hosted this event, this fashion show for her Bougie Kids line, and this was for Fashion Week. She literally just hosted it, and she invited only one housewife. That housewife happened to be Melissa Gorga. Now, when you host an event, whether it's the Bourbon Room or any other thing, you get X amount of comp tickets. But whatever the venue is, the space, they have to sell tickets because they get a percentage of those tickets, right? Whether it's 15%, 50%, doesn't matter. They still need to sell tickets. So if you get comped X amount of tickets, that's what you're given. So if it's her husband, if it's Melissa Gorga, whatever. And then if you want other tickets, then you can buy those tickets for the people. Well, apparently she was offered to buy tickets for her other cast members and she opted out because she was like, nope, don't feel like doing that. But also, according to sources and All About the Real Housewives, who's extremely close with some of the cast members, it looks like Danielle has become very close to Melissa Gorga and Rachel Fuda since filming started in early August. Sources close to production told them that things are fine with Danielle and her co-star, saying Danielle gets along with everyone, with the exception of Jennifer Fessler. She is getting close with Melissa Gorga, Rachel Fuda, and is still great friends with Teresa Giudice and Jennifer Aydin. It's funny because I heard the opposite about the Teresa Giudice and Jennifer Aydin of it all. But if she is playing the Dolores game, and I'm not saying this is a game, I love Dolores, but if she's playing Switzerland and she's not putting herself in the middle of these feuds and fights and she's able to get along with both sides, that is a great place to be. That is where you want to be. You want to be invited to all the events. You want the most camera time. You want to get along with people. And then if you have like one or two people you don't get along with, great. That makes a great housewife because then you have a little bit of conflict and resolution, but you're not the toxic one. And that's where you want to be on this. But hold on. Their inside source revealed that Danielle only got X amount of tickets for free, even though it was her show. And she said that she only had 2 tickets left, in which she chose Melissa Gorga to come, as Melissa has her own boutique. We know, Envy. And Melissa brought her cousin along with her. Danielle could have bought tickets and invited the rest of the girls, but Danielle didn't want to spend the money. Here we go. Finishing off hashtag New York Fashion Week, watching at Danielle Cabral official do her thing with the Bougie Kids line. Love to see it. Congratulations, hashtag RHONJ. But the ladies are currently filming season 14 and All About the Real Housewives exclusively. They were the first to report that the next group event will be on Saturday because the cast is still very divided. There will always be 1 or 2 housewives who don't show up at a group event, and they're hoping to get everyone together and find some solution at the end of all of this where everyone can be in the same room. The next event will be Melissa and Joe Gorga's housewarming party on Saturday, and everyone was invited with the exception of Teresa Giudice, which obviously we all saw coming. Nobody's really surprised by that. But something else that I wanted to put out there was we heard a little bit about Margaret Josephs and a Deux Moi situation that came out. And I wanted to share this one with you because I always like to kind of read into the article and know, or the Deux Moi or the anonymous tip, and be like, is this something that we're buying, or is this something that doesn't make any freaking sense to us and we don't believe it? And that's why I like to open this up. I'll give you my opinion, but I like to open up the forum for everybody to comment on it. This is it. Deux Moi, again, posted all about the Real Housewives. Hi, Deux. I was checking out of the Dewberry in Charleston on September 8th when my husband spotted a woman talking extremely loud on FaceTime at ballet. Okay. Turns out it was Margaret Josephs from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I overheard some of her FaceTime call, and she mentioned that she doesn't want to be bashed on social media like Danielle was because she is in a fight with Teresa. I don't keep up with the Real Housewives of New Jersey, so I'm not 100% sure what that pertains to. But according to my husband, she was waiting for a ride, and from what I could tell from her vibe, that she was definitely not trying to keep a low profile, but was also not trying to talk to anyone lingering nearby. No one but myself noticed her. LOL. Anon, please. Pick for reference. I mean, that's definitely Margaret Josephs, but it just makes you wonder. So what I got from this was she is on a FaceTime call, either with one of the cast members, and this is if, in fact, this is even true, right? It's a Deux Moi. But she was on FaceTime with either one of the producers or one of the cast members, and she was probably saying something that pertains to season 14 and like, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to fight with her. I don't want to be the, butt of her jokes or be the one who's attacked. This is ridiculous. Somebody needs to get over it. We got to move past this because I'm done with it. I'm not going to keep playing her games. I can see it right now. I feel like I can smell it. I can just hear it in my head. But for Margaret Josephs, she's not going anywhere. Just like Teresa Giudice. Teresa, if you guys didn't see before, right now, they're saying that Teresa is being brought up in a lot of the different storylines, but there have been a lot of situations where Teresa Giudice is not necessarily a part of the filming because of the group dynamics. Melissa Gorga reportedly is totally okay to film with Teresa, and so is Joe, and they're willing to have those conversations. However, for Teresa, she's not doing it. She's sticking to her guns, sticking to what she said at the reunion. She's not going to sit down with them. She's not going to film with them, and she doesn't feel like she owes them anything. And then that's where you have the divide. But what do you do in a situation like this when you have such a clear divide? I think that's the problem, is this now becomes a production nightmare because they have to figure out, who are we putting in place? Do we, start exploring other storylines? How long can we move on or move forward with this toxicity within the group? And can we still put on a great show with this rift? Because the fans are really sick of it. We've talked about this. I've even said this on my channel. The fans are not going to be okay with having another toxic season that involves Teresa, Melissa, and Joe. It's not going to happen. They'll completely boycott, I'm telling you. So production, if you have a way of editing this right now and you're listening, take it from me. But guys, I want to hear what your thoughts are. So go ahead, comment below, let us know all of it. And yeah, we'll see you in a little bit. Love you guys.